If someone had shared these 5 truths with me when I was 20 years old, maybe I would not have spent so much time splitting restaurant bills thinking I was in love. Kim Kardashian just went through her divorce from Pete Davidson, and honey, I am not here to judge anyone. But if she had followed these 5 pieces of advice I am going to share with you today, maybe she would not have had to deal with dividing assets in her 20s. The truth is that we grow up hearing that love is everything, but nobody teaches us that financial independence is liberation. Did you know that today we have more than 12 million women entrepreneurs in the United States? That is right, more than 12 million women who decided to stop waiting for Prince Charming and build their own kingdom. According to data from the Small Business Administration, we represent 39% of American entrepreneurs, and that number keeps growing. But here is the problem. Even though we are more educated than men by 18%, we still earn 23% less. Why? Because nobody teaches us the rules of the financial game when we are young. I am Duchess Dollars. I am 35 years old with the face of a 20-year-old. And today, I am going to tell you exactly what I would do differently if I could go back in time and talk to that girl who dreamed of designer backpacks, but had to settle for basic notebooks while her rich friends paraded around with expensive planners. Back in high school, I cried because I did not have colored gel pens. Today, I cry because I cannot decide which Chanel bag to use for my meeting with my investment portfolio manager. We grow up, right? But the difference between crying over pens and crying over Chanel is that one of those tears comes from choice, not necessity. And that is exactly what we are going to talk about today. First tip, invest in yourself. Before investing in men, girl, for the love of everything sacred, stop wasting energy trying to impress boys who do not even know what they want from life. When I was 20 years old, I spent more time choosing outfits for dates than studying for my law degree. Result? I dated about 3 guys who did not have life plans, let alone financial plans. If he does not have money, at least he should have peace. Because poor and problematic, that does not work. The truth nobody tells you is that successful men are not attracted to women who do not have their own ambition. To attract successful men, you need to be successful. Darling, what are you successful at? You do not need to have a lot of money. It is not about that. You can be broke like I was. But I was there every day at the gym, building my glutes. What are you doing? Can you at least finish a diet? Start a diet focused on a weight goal and reach that weight. Can you take a self-makeup course just so you can look beautiful every time you meet your millionaire? Honey, if you are not putting this out to the universe, studying, learning, trying to be successful at anything, it does not need to be financially, but it helps. If you are not doing this, you will not attract successful men because you are not successful. Go study something, go learn something. I invested heavily in myself during college. It was not just about the course subjects. I took English courses, learned about etiquette, read books about finance. My spreadsheet started with debts. Today, it ends with dividends. And you know why? Because I understood that nobody was going to save me. I was going to have to save myself. Second tip, learn to make your own money. No matter how Taylor Swift started performing at 8 years old, and today has an estimated net worth of $740 million. Rihanna started singing at 15 and became one of the richest women in the world with her Fenty empire. Oprah Winfrey built her media empire from nothing and became a billionaire. Sarah Blakely created Spanx with $5,000 and became the youngest self-made female billionaire. What do they all have in common? They started early, worked hard, and never depended on anyone to pay their bills. According to updated data from the Small Business Administration, 51% of new American businesses are created by women. We are the majority when it comes to entrepreneurship. But here's the problem. Even though we study 18% more than men, we still earn 23% less. Why? Because we balance work with caregiving responsibilities, dedicating twice as much time to household tasks. It does not matter if you are going to sell cupcakes, give private tutoring, work as a freelancer, or start an LLC. The important thing is for you to understand that working is not for everyone, darling, but making money is for everyone who wants to live with dignity. I do not judge those who married for love, but I hope at least he knows how to cook. In college, I had to choose between blush or dinner. Today, I do contouring even with gold powder. You know what my first millionaire decision was? Canceling DoorDash for a month. The money came back. Self-esteem too. And then it kept growing. I canceled subscriptions I did not even use, started cooking at home, learned to negotiate bills. Small actions that added up to big change. Martha Stewart was a stockbroker who turned her catering business into a billion-dollar lifestyle empire. Jessica Alba created The Honest Company and became worth $200 million. Kylie Jenner built Kylie Cosmetics into a billion-dollar brand before turning 25. First step to getting rich, know how much your own life costs. If you do not even know the cost of your cell phone plan, how are you going to become a millionaire? Do not know where to start? Open your banking app. If you faint, that is already a sign you need me. Third tip. Understand that time is money and youth is competitive advantage. At 20 years old, you have something I would pay millions to have back. Time. The earlier you start, the more compound interest works in your favor. Here is some math that will give you heart palpitations. If you can save $300 per month from 20 to 30 years old and invest with an average return of 10% per year, by 40, you will have more than $200,000. If you start at 30 with the same amount, you will have less than half. It is math, honey. There is no magic. But here is a fact that will shock you. According to a Guidant financial study from 2025, 29% of women entrepreneurs earn less than $30,000 per year, compared to 15% of men. You know why? Because 62% of us are responsible for most household tasks, while only 25% of men are in this situation. You think you need a black card to be elegant? My dear, there are people making fortunes with Venmo and free Google Sheets spreadsheets. The only thing I like in installments is international travel. Everything else gives me hives. The secret is not earning a lot. It is spending less than you earn and investing the difference. When I was 20, I thought I needed new clothes every month. Today, I understand that true luxury is not an expensive bag, it is an empty calendar. Being the owner of your own time? That is millionaire stuff. And look at the irony. Kim Kardashian, who went through all those divorces, started working very young, creating digital content. By 26, she had already built $1 million empire. The problem was not the age she started. It was not diversifying risks. More about this in the fifth tip. Fourth tip. Surround yourself with people who earn more than you and learn the rules of the game. If you want to be rich, stop hanging around only with broke people. I am not saying to be mean or abandon your friends. I am saying to expand your social circle and understand how rich people think and act. Gwyneth Paltrow did not get rich by accident. She surrounded herself with the right environment, learned the rules of high society, and transformed her lifestyle into million-dollar businesses with Goop. Blake Lively did the same thing in the fashion world. Chrissy Teigen built a digital empire because she understood that networking is not about showing off, it is about learning. Where to find millionaires? Golf courses, polo matches, hotel restaurants. You do not see that guy from your work saying he is going to play golf? Go there and ask for water or coffee. Networking is not about showing off, it is about learning. I started attending entrepreneurship events, investment lectures, specialization courses. That is where I met Mr. Millionaire. I married him because I always believed in love at first bank transfer. But if you married for love, friend, I hope he at least knows how to cook. Here's a fact that should be on billboards. According to McKinsey Global Institute, promoting equal working conditions could increase American GDP by 28%. 28%. This means that when women have equal opportunities, the whole country gets richer. Diane von Furstenberg built her fashion empire learning from international designers. Bobbi Brown created a makeup empire studying techniques from the best professionals in the world. Jessica Simpson transformed her celebrity status into a billion-dollar fashion business because she understood how the entertainment world works. I only accept financial advice from those who have more money than me. I only accept relationship advice from those who have the relationship I want. And I only accept career advice from those who have already reached where I want to go. Simple as that. But be careful, honey. Environment matters, but do not become a suck-up. The difference between networking and humiliating yourself is that in networking, you also have something valuable to offer. That is why the first tip is to invest in yourself. Fifth tip, never put all your eggs in one basket, not even in marriage. Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson's breakup teaches us a valuable lesson that every young woman needs to remember. Even the most passionate couple can come to an end. According to entertainment sites I have been following, they faced problems related to intense work routines and lack of intimate moments. The relationship cooled down, and at 28, she had to deal with public scrutiny of her personal life. There were even speculations about compatibility issues, but their representatives denied major conflicts. The fact is, it does not matter the reason. Breakups happen. This is not judgment. It is mathematical reality. According to the CDC, 42% of marriages in America end in divorce. Being single is not a reason to be sad. Being poor is. A man might not choose a woman just for her beauty, but that definitely counts a lot. I, for example, do not choose a man just for the money he has, but it helps. It helps a lot. That is why, even married to Mr. Millionaire, I maintain my independence. I have my company, my investments, my own income. Our love language is money, but I never forgot that money speaks all languages, including the language of separation. Here is a statistic that should scare any woman. According to Small Business Administration data, Only 11% of women entrepreneurs earn more than $100,000 annually, compared to 23% of men. Why? Because 62% of us work from home, balancing business with household tasks. If I had to choose between being happy or being rich, I prefer to cry in my private jet on the way to Europe. If I am going to suffer, let it be in Paris. Because broke boyfriend plus problems together does not work. Prosperity does not come from intelligence, it comes from discipline. That is why there are many broke geniuses out there. And financial discipline means diversifying. Income, investments, relationships, everything. It is no use manifesting wealth in the mirror if you keep putting tampons on payment plans. Look at Tory Burch. Even married, she built her own empire. Oprah Winfrey did the same. Martha Stewart, too. They understood that financial security does not come from men. It comes from competence and diversification. When you understand you can be rich, you will understand you can do anything. Poverty is a mental state, honey, and mental states can be changed more easily than marital status. Believe me, I have analyzed several cases to prove this theory. I will give you data that will change your perspective. America is the country with the highest number of women entrepreneurs in the world. We are more than 28 million American women running our own businesses. And you know what the most representative age is? 30 to 39 years old. This means you have plenty of time to prepare and start with everything. But here is the raw reality. Even being the majority in creating new businesses, 51% of initial ventures, we still face unique challenges. We pay higher interest rates even though we are better payers. We dedicate twice as much time to household tasks. And still, we are growing and showing that we are a force of economic transformation. Back in high school, I cried because I did not have a designer planner. Today, I cry because I cannot decide which Chanel bag to use in my meeting with my investment portfolio manager. We grow up, right? But the difference between crying over pens and crying over Chanel is that one of those tears comes from choice, not necessity. I know your dream was to be born an heiress, but since that did not happen, be visionary. If you have not found your sugar daddy or your millionaire boy yet, the way is to stay here with me and learn to be rich on your own. Ugly boys, stop cheating. We only give you chances because we want peace. If you also give headaches, there is no advantage, stop it. Our love language is money. Stop thinking you need a man to be happy. We only need money and new clothes. Honey, you were not born rich, but you also do not need to die paying minimum on credit cards. If you are tired of putting rice on 6-month payment plans at the grocery store, this video is your cry for help. Money disappears, dignity goes with it. I was not always rich. I just always knew that being poor was not for me. The only thing I like in installments is international travel. Everything else gives me hives. If you liked this video and want to learn to be truly rich, not just cosplay as rich with fake bags out there, leave your like and subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications because every week I bring more tips for you to win in life like me. What did you learn today? First, invest in yourself before investing in men. Second, learn to make your own money, no matter how. Third, understand that time is money and youth is competitive advantage. Fourth, surround yourself with people who earn more than you and learn the rules of the game. Fifth, never put all your eggs in one basket, not even in marriage. If the salary does not go up, you are the one who has to go up. Paying bills while crying is yesterday's thing. Today we invest while laughing. The problem is not the price of wine. It is that you are still buying on an empty stomach. Comment down below. Rich is a mental state if you enjoyed the video and are ready for this transformation. I want to see this energy in the comments. I want to help you be rich, not just cosplay as rich. That is why every week I bring content that will change your relationship with money and life, because entrepreneurship is about creating possibilities, not accepting limitations. Win in life. Because when you understand you can be rich, you will understand you can do anything. And remember, it is not expensive. You are just earning too little. Now go build your empire, and I will see you in the next video for more tips on how to be rich and independent.